tonight. Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak postpones 2023 budget presentation till Wednesday. Correspondent takes a look at the implications of CBN raising benchmark on lending rates. Reintroduction of history into Nigerian schools in focus. Plus, updates from the world of entertainment and sports. This is the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA ILORIN News Tonight. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I am Raliat Ibrahim. The presentation of the 2023 budget proposal by Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak for legislative approval has been postponed till tomorrow, Wednesday, November 30th. This is contained in a message from the governor read by Speaker Yakubu Danladi Saliu at plenary. The budget presentation is in line with Section 121, Subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. Speaker Yakubu Danladi Saliu directed the Clerk of the House, Hajia Halima Kwarogi, to put all machineries in place towards a successful presentation of the budget. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has raised its benchmark lending rate to 16.5% as part of continuous efforts at controlling inflation. Aisha Abubakar Yahaya in this report takes a look at the implications of the decision by CBN.
Recently, the National Bureau of Statistics raised an alarm on how inflation is rated high in some states in Nigeria in terms of purchasing food items and other commodities as well. This is becoming a great concern to many, and this made the Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele to meet with members of monetary policy committees recently, where it was agreed that lending rates should be raised to 16.5% to tame inflation. This, financial experts say, has its own implication, as there are other ways the Apex Bank could have tackled inflation.
What really caused the sudden higher inflation again is because of too much money in circulation again, and the disruption from the value chain, food supply chain.
They're short in supply, so the demand is more than the supply, and that is why the price is high, and it's even going to get higher in the next 2 weeks as Christmas is even approaching.
With Nigeria's inflation rate hitting a 17-year high of 21.9% amid skyrocketed food and petrol prices, it is expected that Central Bank of Nigeria should think about more than this single decision, as it may not serve as an urgent solution for the masses.
Now the first thing is we have to increase what we produce. We have to be able to preserve what we produce. So with that, once there's plentiful of food, then the prices will go down. Then the other component of that inflation is transportation.
Government has to quickly tell the insecurity, the banditry activities in the rural area. You know, the people they kidnap most are even farmers. People that go into their farm, they kidnap them because it's very easy to their abode, to the criminal abode. So they pay people are afraid of going to farm. The supply chain is very low. So if things like this continue, so there's no way we can. So government has to do something about that.
For Nigeria's inflation to be controlled and her economy revived, experts say governments must come up with better policies, while citizens should also disengage from sabotaging government policies. Aisha Abubakar Yahaya, NTA News.
The striking out of history as a course subject for art students in secondary schools in Nigeria in the last 13 years, according to stakeholders in ILORIN, the capital of Kwara State, has done more damage than good to the society. Abdulwahid Bibire samples the opinion of people on the reintroduction of history as a course subject.
My quest to find out people's reactions to the reintroduction of history as a course subject for art students in Nigerian secondary schools took me to Bishop Smith Memorial College, Ilorin. I interacted with Fatia Abdurrashid and Samson Philip, both Fanaya art students who regret not studying history despite being art students.
History is not taught in our school because we don't have a history teacher.
For me to pick up is going to be difficult because I'm in my final here now. So the things I'm going to learn now is not going to be as those that started it from SS1.
Mrs. Eunice Omole, the vice principal of the school, is the only qualified history teacher in the school.
In fact, it was after history has been in existence that the issue of government as a subject came up.
But what are the implications of striking out history as a subject in the first instance and the benefits of reintroducing it?
Removal of history in Nigeria is part of the neo-colonialism, so that Nigeria can get aligned properly into their hands.
The respondent also commend government for the reintroduction of history.
Now that they are introducing it, they should go back in full if they only want development in Nigeria. Because you cannot develop if you don't know where you are coming from and you don't know where you are going. The only thing that can give you the sense of the past, the sense of the present, which you will have together to postulate the future, is the sense of history.
We commend the efforts of the federal government of returning back history to our curriculum, because it gives us a sense of identification, to give us a sense of knowing who we are.
By and large, history as a subject in Nigerian secondary schools will give the student the opportunity of knowing more about their country, environment, and people. Abdulwahid Bibire, NTA News.
We'll now go on a short break. More reports when we return. Please stay tuned.
Ọ̀gbẹ́ni lálòdé.
Jídé lásán lọ. Ọmọ kò ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ jẹ́ rechargeable fan níbi ìpolongo àjọyọ̀ ayọ̀ Glo ni o. Èèyàn mi, mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ jẹ́ sewing machine látọwọ́ Glo ni. Ṣé fẹ́ máa gbọ́ṣẹ́ Glo?
Ẹ wo ẹ̀bùn ńlá tí mo jẹ lọ́wọ́ Glo.
Glo ló ṣe yìí o. Ẹ ṣe.
Èmi náà ti jẹ fún kọ́lẹ́jàbọ́lẹ̀. Kọ́lẹ́jàbọ́lẹ̀ ọ̀hún. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sájọ̀dún Glo Festival of Joy. Testa 611# láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn kó o sì kó nínú àwọn ẹ̀bùn yìí ní ti ayẹyẹ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan nílé ayé ọmọ ìdẹ́yìn. Glo nìkan ló lè ṣe é.
Ọ̀gá landlord, ẹ̀yin náà wọ́n rí gbẹ̀mí náà débẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin náà lọ recharge Glo.
Ìfilọ́lẹ̀ Glo Festival of Joy.
Sports Zone. This is your sports rendezvous, happening in the world of sports. You deserve to know. You want it analyzed? Sports Zone on NTA ILORIN, both local and international. You get the breaking news and the history, analyzing with brilliant sports exponents. Live every Wednesday, 9 to 9:30 in the morning. That's the time for your wonderful moment in sport infotainment. Sports Zone. Join us. Let's set the agenda.
Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. A non-governmental organization, Early Chance Support Foundation, has donated a block of 4 water system toilets to a public primary school in Obanishuwa off Airport Road in Ilorin. Abdulafiz Alai reports that the sanitation facility was commissioned by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education and Human Capital Development.
According to UNICEF and NBS reports, Kwara ranks high among states where open defecation is rampant, and this was evidenced in Obanishuwa LGA Primary School. Pupils and their teachers make use of nearby bush whenever the nature calls due to lack of sanitation facilities. Early Chance Support Foundation is however changing the narrative with the provision of 3 modern toilets, urinals, and motorized water system to the school.
We actually choose schools and the surrounding community so that it's going to have much impact, because when the hygiene and the sanitization is impacted on the children right from school, they take it home.
But Kwara is really lacking, is lagging behind. They don't have toilets. Please, let's address it. Let the government come in support of this. Let the government come to our aid.
The Kwara State government is delighted with the foresight of the donor NGO, which is in tune with our efforts at promoting a healthy living and conducive environment for teaching and learning.
They need to take good care of it, and they should let the learners have access to the use of the toilet. They shouldn't lock it up.
It's going to go a long way in preventing diseases if it is properly maintained.
While students of the school could not hide the joy of having modern toilets within their premises, the school health teacher, Joke Akim, appreciated the donor and promised to make judicious use of the facility.
To make the school more
comfortable and better their lives. May God in His infinity mercy continue to guide and enrich all the members of the organization more grace to your elbow.
Early Chance Support Foundation is committed to actualizing the UN Sustainable Development Goal 6, which is provision of clean water and sanitation for all, and is taking the project to all parts of Kwara State. Abdulhafiz Alaya, NTA News.
And on the entertainment scene, Nigerian comedian Bukumi Adiaga Ilori, also known as Kiki, has finally welcomed her first child with her husband. Kausa Raji has the details of this and more updates from the world of entertainment.
Popular Nigerian comedian Bukumi Adiaga Ilori has taken to her verified Instagram page to announce the news of her childbirth to her many fans with a unique video after what seemed like many months of waiting. Kiki's celebrity friends and a number of fans stormed her comment sections to celebrate with the new mom. Breathe Music, a talent showcase platform by TomTom, has officially released Breathe Anthem by Mani Lapoche and Rema. Since winning the TomTom Breathe, Mani Lapoche has had the opportunity to partner with Afrobeat artist Rema on the Breathe Anthem project. The hit single is currently dominating the Nigerian audio waves and promises to be the first of many hits to come from Mani Lapoche under the Breathe Music platform. Talented songwriter Odiase Precious, popularly known as Badman Prezi, has announced plans to release more singles before the year wraps up. Badman Prezi, who started singing at a very young age in Lagos, draws inspiration from situations around him and society at large, and noted that he will drop the titles of his singles when the time comes. Kausa Raji, NTA News.
And now sports. Nigeria's men's senior cricket team today arrived the Yellow Greens in Kigali, the capital of Rwanda, for the 2024 ICC Men's T20 Africa Sub-Region B World Cup qualifier. Olufemi Olaleye has details of this and more on Sports Update.
The team arrived Rwanda via Zimbabwe, where they embarked on a week-long training tour with 4 warm-up games against the Midwest Rhino Cricket Club. Upon the arrival of all teams today, technical meetings will follow on Wednesday, while actions will begin on Thursday with 4 games per day till December 9. Nigeria will square up with Mozambique, Sierra Leone, Eswatini, Gambia, Cameroon and Ghana for the 2 available slots in Sub-Region B, as the top 2 teams will join Kenya and Rwanda in the African Regional Final, built for Namibia in 2003. Meanwhile, Portugal became the 3rd team to book their place in the World Cup last season after France and Brazil. Iran will face USA while Wales faces England today in Group B fixtures, which will be played 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Cameroon goalkeeper Andre Onana will miss his team's crucial World Cup clash with Serbia on Monday after being dropped hours before kickoff against Serbia. The Football Federation confirmed that the Inter Milan goalkeeper has been left out of Group G fixtures for unspecified disciplinary reasons and replaced by Davis Epasi. With Sports Update, Femi Olale, NTA News.
Next is tomorrow's weather forecast. And that concludes our package tonight. We thank you for watching. Good evening.